Hello, my audience. I give Spider-Man No Way Home is what I'm reviewing in this video. I give it a 5 out of 10 points. Good news is the only Spider-Man movie I kind of like was Tom Holland's. Bad news is it's the same level of quality as the first two ones. Points I gave them. I give the first two ones Holland's a 5 out of 10. I give this one a 5 out of 10. Even though I don't like the first two, but I like this one. This one is another origin story installed to the origin trilogy, but it says the line "Great Power" by Aunt May instead of Uncle Ben, blah blah. And she dies from her wound comedically, out of nowhere. I found it very comedic and stupid. But again, that's the movie in a nutshell. Comedic and stupid. They're not very well organized in terms of story structure. But it's better than Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But the same level of points. Of quality, I give those two. The ones I just mentioned. I give both of those mentioned a 5 out of 10. I would give. If I was talking about those movies. In this video. But I'm talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. The thrown installed trilogy that we didn't need and consider the most pointless run of Spider-Man of all time, I say. Next to Spider-Man Brand New Day comic book run. Or One More Day. That's why I give Spider-Man 3 No Way Home 5 points out of 10. The movie was just a mess and stupid mess. Story stuff and visuals, CGI mess. But it wasn't suck for me. And hang on, gotta get water. My mouth was dry. And I was having trouble focusing because my mouth was trying dehydrated. It was getting to me. And so, I'm not really sure what the character story arc is for Peter Parker, at least for Holland's Peter. I guess, or what his role is. I am not really sure. But I guess I can make out why the other two Peters aren't in here, Andrew and Toby's. Toby is supposed to be this like optimistic mentor figure that just has a feeling that this Peter needs him, Holland's Peter, and Andrew Peter helps like Andrew Peter helps this both Peter help out Holland's Peter by mentoring him and becoming a better with Spider-Man and processing his grief and stuff. And it's kind of goes too quick, their dialogue exchange between the three. And it's you kind of but you can make out what the movie's doing. But I guess it just feels like I wish like there was a scene where it was more had more dialogue where it was was more spelled out in visual media better. I just wish the movie also had better dialogue. There's sometimes good dialogue, like the exchange between Peter and um, McGuire and Holland's Peter when they first meet. But that's as complex as the dialogue is going to get, completely written. It's sad to say. That's the only complex character beat that made sense. One of and then I guess Doc pretend to be a villain to get close to Electro to dim his powers in the movie. But why didn't Sandman did that with Lizard instead of just going on full on villain? It's not that I can't buy like Doc doing that, and it's that I can't really fully buy Doc one doing it and the other one not doing it, pretending to be a villain to get the drop on the villain to depower them from their crazy superpowers and stuff, that so they can go home as depowered villains and non crazy villains. Apparently, in the universe, crazy gives you get from being getting superpowers. I guess I don't know. I don't even think the movie fully understands this world building logic either. Especially with the movies that were established, 5 movies established with the original 2 Spider-Mans, Andrew Maguire. And this movie brings in the same timeline of those Spider-Mans from their movies. And this is kind of in their villains from the past. They fought and died in the line of duty of being villains, like fighting against Spider-Man and shit and this stuff. It's, and first of all, they didn't all die fighting Spider-Man. Technically, one of them died fighting Spider-Man. That was Green Goblin. And Dr. Octopus didn't die fighting Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. He died after he gained control of the madness that his arms were manipulating him and being evil. And after Peter reveals himself to Doc Ock, he starts listening to Peter because he is because he likes Peter, even though he hates Spider-Man, until Peter takes off his mask. And it's like, why didn't Peter do that sooner in the fight? Take off his mask so he can talk to Dr. Ock's humanity, what's left, and if he knows the arms are manipulating him and taking control of him and manipulating what they want them to do, which would be a bad evil fuck. I'm just saying, that movie's a mess, Spider-Man 2. Why am I bringing this up? Well, because Doc Ock didn't die from fighting against Spider-Man. He died by drowning the machine into the river. And dying with the machine by drowning it into the bottom of the river. Because Spider-Man was going to do it, but then Doc knows that that's what Spider-Man was going to do it, so he stops Peter from doing it, so he says voluntarily he'll take his own life by drowning with the machine. So that was Spider-Man 2. Sandman didn't die by Peter because Peter let Sandman get away in the end of Spider-Man 3 after forgiving Sandman. And because he knows that he has to get the money to save his daughter and save his daughter from this terminal illness that's killing her. It's, and we're not really sure what the terminal is. It's not really spelled out for us, so that's one of the problems with Spider-Man 3. We never get a clear knowledge from what the terminal illness is that Sandman's daughter is dying of. And we assume that Sandman's daughter is still alive because he mentioned that he has a daughter. And so he wants to become human again for his daughter. So I guess he managed to save his daughter and get the money and fix his daughter from her terminal illness. And that's great. I wish we got more clarity of what he meant when he mentioned that he has a daughter. Other than did he save his daughter or did he not save his daughter? Is she still dying? We don't know. That's one of the problems with Spider-Man No Way Home that Holland's run never acknowledges. Doctor Strange said is if it's his, like, assume Doctor Strange tells Peter that the Doctor Strange assumes they all died by Spider-Man, and he's willing to let that slide and let them die. And Peter from this timeline is not from Holland's Peter, so he gets the drop on Doctor Strange in the mirror dimension was using math, and he's great at geometry, and he's awesome at it. So he understands the broken mirror dimension better after broken it, after entering the mirror dimension. Anyway, he enters like this mirror dimension that's kind of like a broken looking dimension, is what I meant to say. And I guess it's up on Doctor Strange, with math and mirror dimension, understanding the logic, how it moves and stuff, blah blah blah. It's fine a scene because we got to see Spider-Man competent with more normal in from Holland's run. This movie was a mess, I thought, in terms of story structure and unpublished visuals was the CGI shit. The worst CGI effect is the CGI on Spider-Man's Iron Spider costume, I think. Or the mechanical arms on Dr. Octavius. Or the CGI mask on the glider when Goblin is wearing the mask again on the glider. That's obviously 100% CGI effect where he's in the glider. You know that, or maybe it's like when it's the part where glider Goblin is wearing the mask when he first appears in himself. That's a shitty CGI effect, a mechanic. Um, Lots of this movie doesn't work. Some of it works. But I don't hate this movie. I just give it a 5 points out of 10. That's my final verdict, Spider-Man No Way Home. Like this video, subscribe, grow my likes, grow my subscribers. Goodbye.